technique where we're going to be in a position where we're on the defensive. Okay, he's in a position, a very good position to attack us. And we're going to shift from our defense into a counter. Okay, so Kieran here has me in an outside Ashi position where, outside Ashi, where both your legs, yes, both your legs are on the outside legs. So, okay, so here in the outside Ashi, he has a good opportunity to catch an outside heel hook on me. Okay, if I turn this way. Right, so obviously that's not what we want to do. What we want to do is I want you guys to turn such that you're right, in this case, the hip of my leg that's getting attacked is the one that's on the mat. What happens when I do that? Take a look at the knee of my primary leg. The back of my knee fits into his hip. So this is what we've been talking about tonight as being one of the main defensive points we focus on, okay? The back of my knee turning into his hip. So when I'm here in the outside Ashi, the first thing I want you to do, grip, just get a nice grip at the knee here. Rotate so that my right hip is on the mat. Okay, so here my left hip's on the mat. Here, you could defend here as possible, but it's a little bit harder. I would prefer if you guys went onto your right hip. Now I can curl my leg and the back of my knee faces into his hips. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do here is I'm going to start thinking about counter. Okay, so I'm going to do two things. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my right hand, I'm going to go inside. Okay, and now I'm going to take my left leg and I'm going to come over the top. Okay, so I put it right here by his chest. Okay, now here, if he does fish for the heel hook and I feel like he's ever getting close, I can push with that leg and I can bring my right leg back if I ever have to. Okay, because this left leg here now is in a position where it's really not hard to do that at all. Okay, so I'm here, I rotate, and I got a good scoop grip here with my right arm. Now I want to take my left leg, bring this over the top, and I just sort of keep it resting by his chest. Okay. You could also put it underneath here. If you're able to get this, this is definitely better. But sometimes you can't get that. If you can't get that, you can just leave it here, and you can generally accomplish the same thing. Okay. What I'm going to look to do with this is, as he fishes for the heel hook, I push with the left leg and I draw the right knee back. Does this make sense, guys? Good. All right. So we're here. Now the next thing, I don't always even do that necessarily, right? Like if I don't feel like I have to, I'm not going to do that. But it's good to have this leg in position in case I should feel the need to, okay? So now from here, what I'm going to do is, provided he's not hiding his heel. If he's not hiding his heel, yeah, if he's hiding his heel, we got to go into different things. But if he's not hiding the heel, what I'm going to do is, it's very simple. I just grasp the ankle and I back elbow. And now look, guys, we have basically the beginnings of an opposite hip Ashi, right? All I gotta do to really convert this into an opposite hip Ashi is I cup the heel with a false grip, cup the knee with another false grip, so I'm holding tight. Now the left foot goes to the inside. Sometimes you can't get that to the inside, that's okay, you just keep it out here. You can still finish him, but if you could, this is better, because now my left leg is not, it's not in the way of my right leg, right? I want my right leg to be able to either curl or step on the hip. If my left leg is here, see how I'm kind of like in my own way there. Now the advantage is I would say this is more defensively sound. When he goes to expose my heel here, because my left leg is there, it's really, really hard. You know, if I hide my heel and I cover it with my secondary leg, it's very, very hard for you to catch that. But when we're focused on finishing him, we want to have this leg be like unobstructed, okay? Make sense, guys? So one more time, we're here in the outside Ashi. Okay, first thing I gotta do, I have to make sure I don't get heel hooked, right? So one of the things I can do to make that hard for him is I turn onto my right hip and I point the back of my knee to his hips. Okay, now from here, you'll notice also I'm making a slight pull at the knee here. Okay, now I take this hand, I go underneath, I make a scoop grip. Okay, this makes it, if I'm trying to separate his legs, I have two main points I can do it at. I can do it at the feet, or I can do it at the knee. My preference is to go to the knee. The reason for this is, if I go to the feet, look where my shoulder is. I may very well open up the legs, but now my shoulder is behind his ankle. So I have to get it in front to keep them apart. And he has an opportunity almost always, as I go to relock his legs. Whereas if I go, if I go here, my shoulder is already between his ankles. So I never have to put it in front. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I never have to put it in front, so it's already there. Okay? So now that's why this is my preference. So I open up the wedges. Now what I'm going to do is I take this left leg, I come over the top and I position it by his chest. If I could get it here, honestly, that would be even better, okay? But either one can get the job done. If I feel the need to, if I ever feel like the threat of maybe the heel hook, or it could even be like the ankle lock or possibly the toe hold, I'll simply extend my left leg, retract my right leg, and now I'm in an outside tenkaku, I've got control of the secondary leg, and I can start attacking from here, okay? But if I don't feel the need to, I'm simply gonna elevate. I'm sorry, if I don't feel the need to defend myself by retracting this leg, I'm gonna attack from here. Where I simply lift up the ankle, and I catch the heel. Okay, now I have the beginnings of an opposite hip ashi. Okay, now if he does hide the heel, what do you guys think is going to come next? It's not really a big deal. I'm just going to extend my leg, we come to this outside tenkaku, and then we start looking at the sequences we did earlier where we're climbing on top. Okay, so we're setting ourselves up in a really good situation to either get the opposite hip ashi heel hook if he doesn't hide his heel. If he does hide his heel, we're in a position to start switching to the outside tenkaku and climbing on top to gain heel exposure in that way, okay? So one more time, I'm here, okay? I'm turning onto my right hip and the back of my knee faces into his hips. Very hard for him to expose my heel. And I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but it's hard, okay? Next thing I do is I'm pulling at the knee here, this arm goes to the inside, and I open up his legs. I put my left leg here to start to initiate defense if I need to, and I catch the heel if I'm capable of it. If I find that I can't because he's hiding the heel, we're gonna do the same thing that we would have done to keep ourselves safe from the outside heel hook, which is where we extend the left leg and I retract the right leg. Make sense, guys? And now we have an outside tenkaku. Now you can start climbing on top, and we're gonna expose the heel in the ways we did earlier. Okay, make sense, guys? Sorry, 1, 2, 3.
I wouldn't be here today if the old school didn't pave the way. What more can I say? I wouldn't be here today if the old school didn't pave the way.
Cooking soul.
Ain't nothing like the old
What more
school.
can I say? I wouldn't be here today if the old school.
I remember Mr. Magic Flash, Grandmaster Cass, LL raising hell, but I didn't last. Every D and Rock Kim was the shit to me. I flipped to see a Dougie Fresh show with Ricky D and Red Alert was putting in work. And Chuck Chill had my homies on the hill getting ill when shit was real. What I still remember raw when Daddy came, when De La Soul was putting potholes in the game. I can't explain how it was. Houdini had me puffing on that Buddha getting buzzed. Cause still I was them block parties in the projects and on my block. If you don't stop sipping on that proper stock, and through my speaker Queen Latifah and MC Light, listen to Tracks of KRS to get me through the night. With Tiller Rockin' Mantronics and Step the Sonics. Remember Pusha was the bomb shit, nothing like the old
What
school.
can I say? I wouldn't be here today if the old school didn't pave the
Nothing
way.
like the
What
old
more can
school.
I say? I wouldn't be